सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओं निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलवचनं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। ओम श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायनाग्निवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां परम ब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृते दृढसङ्कल्पबद्धानां साधकसेवकभक्त संस्थापकानां च समस्तबाह्याभ्यन्तरविघ्ननिवारणद्वारा दिग्विजयप्राप्त्यर्थं श्री हिरण्यगर्भसूक्तस्य पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। Friends, let us chant Hiranyagarbha Suktam. So wonderful, divine it is. Directly we are in communion with the Lord of the entire universe, Hiranyagarbha, from whom all of us have come. Om Atha Hiranyagarbha Suktam. Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jatah Patireka Asita Sada Adhara Prithivim Dyamudemam Kasmai Devaya Havisha Videma Ya Atmada Baladayasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Devaha यस्य छायामृतं यस्य मृत्यु कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम यः प्राणतो निमिषतो महित्वैक इद्राजा जगतो बभूव य ईशे अस्य द्विपदश्चतुष्पद कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम यस्येमे हिमवन्तो महित्वा यस्य समुद्रं रसया सहाहुः यस्येमाः प्रदिशो यस्य बाहु कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम येन द्यौरुग्रा पृथिवी च दुह्या येन स्वस्तभितं येन नागः यो अन्तरिक्षे जचसो विमान कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम यं क्रन्दसि अवसातस्तभाने अभ्यैक्षेतां मनसा रेजमाने यत्राधिसूर उदितो विवाति कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम आपो हयद्बृहतेर्विश्वमायन् गर्भं ददाना जनयन्तीरग्निं ततो देवानां समवर्ततासुरेक कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम यश्चिदापो महिना पर्यपश्यत् दक्षं ददाना जनयन्तीर्यज्ञं यो देवेष्वति देव एक आसीत् कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम मानो हिंसी जनिताय पृथिव्यायो दिवं सत्यधर्मा जजान यश्चापश्चन्द्रा बृहतेर्जजान कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम प्रजापतेन त्वदेतान्यन्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामास्तेजोमस्तन्नो अस्तु वयं स्यामवतयोरयीणाम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतो सहनौ भुनक्तो सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ चतुर्थोऽनुभागः ॐ यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कदाचनेति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मान्मनोमयात् अन्योऽन्तर आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः धृतं दक्षिणपक्षः सत्यमुत्तरपक्षः योग आत्मा महः पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 Wholeheartedly let us salute Param Brahma Tattva Shruti Mata, all the Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi Muni Guru Devata, Veda Vyasa Vaishampayana Agnivalkya, Adya Shankara, and our own Gurus to bless us with the ability to understand deeply, completely, correctly the Upanishad mantras along with Bhashyam and walk the path truly, sincerely, very soon. By now, we are understanding with our efforts that it is the relentlessness in our application in trying to study the Shastras and do sadhana that slowly we start getting the hold. It is not a jadoo or miracle, just like that it happens, especially without our due efforts. Even if someone is just like that got the blessings of clarity of understanding of Shastra and all, it is a result of the tireless efforts put by that someone, that Jiva, in all his previous lives. So, whether it is the Karma Yoga sadhana, it just doesn't happen like that. It is a relentless, continuous understanding, practice, habit, and establishing in that. And it starts yielding the results. So, too, it is the Bhakti sadhana, which just doesn't happen one day because of some sentiment or emotion, because of some bhajana, or maybe a story we hear or I see a Mahatma or look at a Vigraha of the Lord in a temple for a fraction of moment or some moments. The bhakti sadhana with the understanding continuously, constantly, when relentlessly said, Shravana did, relentlessly when you do, what do you say? Shravanam, Kirtana, Vishnu, Smaranam. In that also, slowly when we start making it a habit of us, then the bhakti is said to have been gained by us. Then that bhakti starts giving us the results. In the same way as we are seeing from last almost 100 days, the Patanjali Yoga Darshanam. It is not that just we read the sutras and we read some, the commentary and bhashya, that it comes to our cognition. No, it is a relentless effort on our part again and again to go through every sutra and bhashya to catch it and try to do the anvaya of it in our life and match both of them. Then only the clarity of the understanding comes regarding what is the meaning of yoga, chittavritti nirodha, tada drashtu sarvayasthanam. After that, then we start doing sadhana right from the first step of yama niyama adi. Not that suddenly ऐसा कर दी तो योग सिद्धि हो जाए, भक्ति सिद्धि हो जाए, the कर्म सिद्धि हो जाए. Even in the world, just school में डाल दिया, he doesn't become doctor or engineer. Even after joining medical course also, not that suddenly you doctor हो जाता. He has to study those decades, then he'll have to experiment, practice for 10 more years, then he can be a proven perfect doctor to save the lives doubtlessly. So to a राजनेता doesn't just happen कि नारा लगा दी या कोई पैसे फेंक दिया या कोई दूसरे फील्ड से पॉलिटिक्स में आ गए. The cine field coming to politics or the sports field coming to politics, civil servants coming, वो तो ठीक है थोड़ा सा. No, that is also not only from the genes, not only from the parampara, but right from the beginning, one who has got the vision of wanting to serve the society, humanity, nation, and always has that type of thoughts, and from the scratch slowly grows. Then only he is true hardened, very strong rooted Rajanitika Vyakti, wherein he'll have to sustain his powers, he'll have to put all the people under his command, then he should get the works done which he wants to, then keep on impressing the people and keep the opposition little suppressed or distant. How many things a politician's maturity needs him for him to become a successful person. So to a scientist, it's not that sat in the laboratory, tried to experiment something, हो गया. नहीं होता है वो. Use in that DRDOs and all. Scientist A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. कहाँ तक जाते हैं वो लोग? So to an artist, a musician, a singer, a sports personality, ऐसे कोई नहीं बनते. मैंगो ऐसे लगाते ट्री पे नहीं बनता है. इट्स ए relentless effort is going on. In the same way, in our effort of what we are doing in the morning class, continuously from the last 2 years of trying to study, understand the Brahma Tattva through the study and understanding of the Upanishad with Bhashya. Although the Upanishad Rishi is simple, direct, perfect in his explanation, equally simple, direct, and perfect is the Bhashyakar. But we are not simple, we are not direct, we are perfect. We are complicated, we are so confused and so much imperfect in our abilities, especially of the Manabuddhi. That abilities are called the Shuddhata, Ekagrata, Sukshmata. And the ones who are doing all other sadhanas only to accomplish these three things of Shuddhata, Ekagrata, Sukshmata, Antakarna, that those people only can pierce through the bhashya and mantras to understand. That's why yoginaha karma kurvante sangam tyaktva atma shuddhi. Unless we achieve the atma shuddhi by giving up sangha to everything while living in the world for such a long time, then the all the impurities of the Antakarana go away. Then Antakarana impurity, Ragadveshadi, Rajoguna Lakshanas, then Nidra, Tandra, procrastination Adi, Tamoguna Lakshanas. Not only removal of these two, but the creation, maintenance, and development of the Shuddha Sattva Guna with all the positive sadhanas of japa, upasana, the one who is becoming such a way, added to the third one of relentlessly invoking Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva, Guru Krupa, and Narayana Ishvara Shruti Mata Krupa, all put together slowly makes us qualified to feel what is said in the main mantra of Upanishad, and now it has to be deeply understood with the help of the Bhashyam. So we are trying for that. And anybody in any field, when is honest, when is relentless, when is consistent, definitely he will start becoming successful. Is it not a small business that you start? A chota sa hai, even a grocery shop of 10 items you put in the beginning. But if you are consistent and relentless, within few years of time, you can be an established person. Even more you do, you can have your branches in different places. In the same way, when we are relentless in our effort to study Upanishads, definitely the sublime meanings start coming to our cognition appealingly. And because of again grace of Guru Krupa and our own Shuddha Jivana Shaili, Paramatma Anubhuti alone is Lakshya. No other thing is my Lakshya. This type of conviction, which is a base root for being consistent in spiritual sadhana, that also comes to us. With that, then, as a full-fledged sadhaka, day in and day out, only trying for that state of evolution also comes, we are on that path. It may not be in this life because of the variety of prarabdhas we brought, or maybe in our prarabdha also, this may be there that within next few years of study, what is the meaning of Upanishad in its entirety, along with sadhya sadhana, we may grasp it, maybe to a great extent. We might be doing sadhana also, and at least the first breakthrough we may get it, that of transcending the Annamaya Kosha Tada. Who knows? हो सकता है. But then पर मेहनती फल जरूर मिलता है. तो मेहनत करना करना अपने हाथ में है. हम ही मेहनत कर सकते हैं, हमें ही करना है हमारे लिए, कोई दूसरा कर नहीं सकते. करे तो भी उसका फायदा नहीं होता, स्पेशली आध्यात्मिक. So having understood the goodness which we have of continuation, and in that also the blessings of the Lord, with the sankalpa to maintain it till the understanding is very clear regarding sadhya sadhana, we continue our study. Now, where are we? Annamaya understood. See, this Annamaya's complete understanding may how it is made, we understood. How it is given of this size or that type, that's because of the prarabdha. That is not discussed in Upanishads and all. Upanishads sthai ka gyan nahi hai wo. But then we can keep in the background. Why first Jiva is man, human masculine body, another in feminine body. So too, why born in that nation, this color, this creed, that religion, this caste, and this type of height or the weight or the lambai. Why each one different? All that is prarabdha. With prarabdha, when any jiva is given any of the body, once it is given, in every body the thing is common. Okay, there is commonality in all the Manushya, Pashu, Pakshi, Vanaspati in terms of inhaling and exhaling. Is it not? One, they are born as Jiva. In the same way as we come from the plant kingdom to the animal and birds, a lot of things will change, but some things remain as common. But within the plants, the thing is same. Within the bird, the thing is same. Within the animal, thing is other than animal words. Human will have some specialities. The deha aspect we are saying. But then the life aspects, etc., are same in all the human beings, wherever they are. Many, all the things are same. Okay, we are talking exclusively about Annamaya Kosha. Second is what? Always remember this Annamaya Kosha came from Annarasa, stays in Annarasa because of Annarasa, goes back to it. As early as possible, if we entertain this thought, then not only we are freed from the fear of death, which is very essential, but we also will be intelligent enough to use this Annamaya Kosha before it has to leave us or we have to leave it for the best purpose. Annamaya Kosha is there for supporting Pranamaya, the four koshas, for the sake of this jiva to eke out his prarabdha as well as progress in sadhana. Only this much value the Annamaya Kosha should be given. It's all in our hands. Like you have a servant at home. So get work done from him, give the salary. If at all any time he is not well, take care of him. And if you need an extra work, call him, get the work done, pay money extra. Will there be any problem with servant? No. Both extremes. Okay, you become too angry with that person, too much demanding, etc., continuously scolding, etc. You do. Not only will leave and go, tell others also, don't join that Rakshasa family. The other extreme is what? You put that fellow on your head so much that he starts commanding you, demanding from you, never respects you. That nonsense also we can do. Many people do that nonsense. The other people do the first one nonsense. Only few are there matured enough to deal with the servants the way they have to be. Although the Lord is there in them, that aspect is intact spiritually. Alag hai wo baat. And when he suffers, we take care of him, most of humanity. Spiritual vision, humanitarian ground seeing, reciprocating for the work, while going, all of that is done. We can cut those extra wings in our mind regarding that fellow and we can save ourselves. When we are angry with him also, we'll never get a servant. When you too much tamper and pamper also, they sit on our head. then उसको अनलोड करना मुश्किल होता है इसके बाद. But then, as the first example said, best. So too, with Annamaya Deha, we can be living life like that. It is supporting other four koshas, along with the jiva, the me, and through this Annamaya, I have to eke out my prarabdhas, so to do the sadhanas. Going to the Guru, doing Guru Seva, all that, Dharma Nirvahana, all that. And this Annamaya came from Annarasa, stays because Annarasa, goes back to Annarasa. In that, be careful. Which Anna and Annarasa given, this body is healthy, long living, energetic. We have to be intelligent in choosing that. Again, just because of the bhoga asakti of the tongue and mind, we cannot afford to give the wrong or excessive food for the body and then spoil it. All this put together is understanding and managing Annamaya Kosha. Then trying to live more and more at the Pranamaya Kosha level is using the Annamaya, living in that, yet transcending the identity attachment with it. Atma Bhava. Transcend. Why? We are attending now more to the Pranamaya Kosha. In the Pranamaya Kosha, the duties, the activities are done. The unwanted involvements, we are not there in any of the activity to waste our the prana shaktis. That is called as pranamaya kosha, living or managing. In that also pancha pranas. The prana का भी नियंत्रण सद्विनियोग, अपान का भी नियंत्रण सद्विनियोग, व्यान का नियंत्रण सद्विनियोग, समान का properly नियंत्रण करना. And this prana shakti is the one, like the money in our outer purchases and all, is the one because of which deha works, indriyas work, mana and buddhi. There will always be in a mood and effort and achievement of maintaining prana shakti in an optimum level, which is where everywhere, in your own kitchen, groceries खत्म हो रहे हैं तो एक हफ्ता पहले हम खरीद के रखते हैं so that the inflow or the stock is always there. In a petrol pump, इन्हें 2 days पहले ओनली वो लोग ऑर्डर करके फिर भर के रखते हैं, so that the sales continue. So in any grocery shop anywhere, the stock is taken into discussion and they keep on maintaining the stock. That's how the continuous sales goes on. Continuous kitchen work goes on. Is it not? Stock. The 11 players play, but the 15 are the team, 2, 3 are the extra player. So that the team should not suffer the balance in its strength. In the same way, we think with the intellect unnecessary things, so many, not knowing that the prana shakti is wasted with that. We become so aggressively emotional. Emotions are required, they get the work done. Doesn't mean that we are aggressively emotional, either because of attachment to someone and so much of expectation and suffer in the mind, or angry, hateful to someone, with which tremendous amount of our prana shakti gets wasted. You understand? कर्टेल करना उनको, हमारा प्राण शक्ति हमेशा हमारा मेन लक्ष्य जो आध्यात्मिकता है, एंड फॉर दैट दी आउटर साधना सब योगा भक्ति और कर्मयोग करना है थ्रू द देह इंद्रिय मन बुद्धि, फॉर मेंटेनिंग दैट द एनर्जी लेवल ऑलवेज हमको कंजर्व करके रखना है. सच पर्सन इवन विल नॉट पुट 1 foot एक्स्ट्रा आउटसाइड, क्योंकि मेरा एनर्जी वेस्ट. Not talk one word extra because my prana shakti is getting wasted. He will become that much careful, like a person who has got salary. He is accounting his money for every expense. He will not waste 1 rupee, 2 rupee. हाँ अच्छा होता होगा, लेकिन मेरे को जरूरत नहीं, हो ज़्यादा कीमती है, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. When a thing is not required and if it is beyond my budget, not buying it is an intelligence. Still buying it and wanting to show off is only murkhata. In the same way, in any meetings, greetings, interactions, we have to conserve our energy by putting a limit to the extent required, not beyond. That is called a pranamaya kosha. And the pranamaya kosha also sustains because of the anna taken only. And anna becomes the 4 parts. First, the grossest part goes out as the waste matter. Second becomes a part called as all the tissues, blood, all the body parts. Third aspect of the anna only becomes the prana shakti. Fourth aspect, the anna only becomes the sukshma vrittis vichara of the mana. This is how the anna parinati happens in us. Therefore, प्राण शक्ति को अच्छा रखने वाला ही अन्न हमको खाना है. पहले तो अन्न खाना है, टाइमली खाना है, फिर which gives prana shakti. Is it not? We inadvertently we eat that type of heavy food, non-veg ityadi, to digest which only the existing prana shakti goes away. That is why we feel tired, exhausted, sleepy. Actually, when we eat food, we should feel energetic and all. But most of the time, after eating the food, we become tired and all. Why? Because excessive food is eaten or the wrong food is eaten, to expend which the energy is more wasted. We have to be very careful about it. And the important thing regarding Pranamaya Kosha, just like Annamaya also is what? Like my Annamaya, every Annamaya. You respect every Annamaya and take care of that Annamaya with this Annamaya. So to like my Pranamaya is every Pranamaya. Respect every Pranamaya Kosha in every Jiva and cater to the needs of that if we can afford. The hunger and thirst of anyone, that also with qualitative and good food, we have to take care. That's why Annam Bahupurvita, all those mantras are going to come in this Taittiriya Upanishad. In this way, every kosha has to be understood, its beauty, greatness to be understood, its main purpose should be understood, and its maintenance also has to be understood. What can we, in the problems with it, and because of it, we can understand, and we have to come out of it. All said and done, the biggest problem with the koshas is they make us identify with them, don't allow us to identify with our Brahma Swarup. That's how we are bound by the Pancha Kosha. Like every relation in our world life, though they give us beauty, joy, but still every one of them bind us by not allowing us to do spiritual sadhana. You love your husband, wife, children, wonderful. With all the goodness in that relation, still remains one bad thing that your attachment to them, their attachment love to you, never allow you or them to become spiritual. It's the biggest loss. But people don't want to understand it. That's why after a certain age, everybody should be in their own sadhana. ये समझने वाले समझे ना समझे तो क्या करें. In the same way, pranamaya. Now, live life more and more at Pranamaya in such a manner that the Annamaya is not valued too much. Is it not? Else we will be lost at that level. We do actions related to Annamaya. Again and again we are given the Stula Dehas along with the attachment with Stula Deha with which whole life we live life only at the body level. We were doing like that only from so many lives. Therefore, इस जन्म में शुरू से लेकर अब तक देह 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 only. If you don't want to continue like this, then in this life, further life, living at Pranamaya Kosha, consciously we have to see that our thoughts, our plannings, our activities are not at all much are belonging to Annamaya. हाँ जो चाहिए उतना करते हैं. More than that, Deha Satya hai, Deha real hai, or celebrating all the Deha related birthdays, death days, all the nonsense we have to drop. What is birthday? Self is not born, not die. Nor even others' Deha also we should give any importance. Never ever talk about your Deha and others' Deha. It should go out of our mind's concept or topic. Then only we have transcended it now. And when you do that, it's a wonderful thing. Nothing problem comes. We only imagine that we can't live without thinking and working only for the body. No, it's not the truth. Body can be used for work, requirement, still without attachment to it. We can live life at the higher kosha level. That is what is the whole purpose of studying this Taittiriya, in which each of the subtler koshas are explained to us. That purpose we have to understand and execute it. My purpose of studying Pranamaya Kosha is to know that I am Pranamaya and not Annamaya. Thus, live at the Pranamaya and reduce to live at Annamaya is called as freedom from the Annamaya Kosha Tadatmya and consequent doings of unnecessary things and suffering. Like I just told you, the one who is careful of Pranamaya Kosha, Annamaya Kosha को उतना value नहीं करेगा. उतना value means which troubles the Pranamaya. In that way. Annamaya koshas, that greed for eating, greed for sleep makes the pranamaya kosha also imbalanced. And a person who is imbalanced, pranamaya kosha, though it is jada, is uncontrolled, imbalanced, all the faculties will be in an irregular, indisciplined manner. Body, खाना कभी हजम होता नहीं, कभी constipation हो, every problem of the body will come. So too the mind, intellect will never be active, dynamic. एंड ऑल्सो यदि प्राण लेवल शक्ति कम है तो कोई भी काम करने को उत्साह ही नहीं होता. अभी जबरदस्ती शुरू की भी 10 मिनट में रोने लगते हैं. दिस आर ऑल द लैक ऑफ वाइटल प्राण शक्ति इन इट्स ऑप्टिमम लेवल. ऑल दिस अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज कॉल्ड स्पिरिचुअलिटी. Spirituality not coming to class, listening something or doing some japa mechanically. ये सब very low level. Comprehensive understanding is spirituality. Nothing should be missed out. For that only lot of time takes. And none of these understandings can be neglected because all put together as a collective thing is sadhana. Not knowing this, people get lost only in one aspect of sadhana, trying to eke out through that only the ultimate, and they fail there and they say all that is waste. Like a Vedantin. Without the bhakti and yoga, he tries to meditate and he never has. He says it's waste. He chod deta. So to the yogi, without the Vedanta, he thinks he can reach to that but he fails. So to the Bhakta without Jnana and Vedanta, simple becomes a emotional commotion only. Everybody is lost in their own. That's why the Adhyatma Ramayana Shastra beauty. It is balancing everything. Tattva Jnana, Bhakti, Yogam, Dharma, the values, all put together is called the Jivana Sadhana. Beautiful it is. So too at the Koshas level. Now when we come to the third Manomaya Kosha, which is the Vedamaya Kosha, see how many things are to be understood about it. We have exhaustively seen it last 2-3 days. But the main 2-3 points are what? First and foremost is we have to unload the mano of all the unwanted vrittis or thoughts. That is where comes the help of the yoga chittavarti nirodha. How and why? Because 90 to 95% of thoughts are fruitless only, useless thoughts only, called manorajya, which have no purpose at all. The other 5 to 10% thoughts are only vyavaharika related. In that, maybe some is sadhana related. More than that, the thoughts in the mind must be zero-fied or minimized. That in yogic bhasha is called as asampargnata samadhi. Like when I close my eyes, how many thoughts are coming? So many. What is the meaning of the thoughts? What is the purpose of them? No meaning, no purpose. But eyes are and we are entertained, kari ja rahe. So that unwanted detrimental aspect of the mind we have to remove because those unnecessary thoughts make that type of action as if necessary. Then we go on doing action, they become vasanas, and those vasanas come as the thoughts, and again we execute the thoughts. यही है. अरे चलो बाहर घूमने जाते. अरे क्यों? आया थॉट अब घूमने लगा और आदत हो गया वो हर दिन उस समय घूमना. चलो टीवी देखते हैं. अरे क्यों? बट देखना शुरू कर दिया उसको आदत हो गया उसके बिना जी नहीं सकते. That's what ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषु भजायते is the shloka said by Krishna in chapter 261-62 only to say that don't do the Vishaya Dhyana else you become Vishayi your mana. Then you can never do the Atma Dhyana. Is it not? How the life should be ours? When the work is there outside, the mind is invoked and mind is used to do that work through senses. After that, the mind should be kept away. We should be in a that nirbija asampragnata yoga or in our kaivalya prapti or in that ambramasmi anubhav. हो रहा है क्या? दिन भर जिंदगी भर only struggling with the thoughts of mind because of the thoughts of mind for the sake of thoughts of mind, which is not required. So should understand it. Manomaya kosha. Usko unload karna. Second point is what? The Manomaya kosha's natural ability is sankalpa vikalpa. They would do the sankalpa of the needful and do the vikalpa of the needless. That ability we should have all the time. Both ways. At the lower level, what is needed, uska sankalpa. And what is not needed, uska vikalpa. Lower level. Higher level में what is needed, uska sankalpa. Then when the need is over, we should have the ability to do vikalpa of that and even drop that. Is it not? फंसे नहीं रहना हमको even in a great noble work. If that is not learnt, then though very good sadhanas we do, but yet we get stuck up. Like those people, when we tell them, come to Upanishad morning class, they say, no, that is our time of puja, that is our time of japa, this is our time of, that means what? They have done the sankalpa, but they are failures in doing vikalpa. They are stuck up there only. I have to do my yoga, my jogging. भैया वो सब अच्छे ही बात है. But none of them can be greater than our Upanishads. But are they not caught up in that? Is it not? That's called the ability to vikalpa of every sadhana. Even Shastra Adhyana ka bhi sankalpa. When we do it and come to the clear understanding of the theme and the sadhana, even Shastra Adhyan का भी विकल्प करना पड़ता है. That's why लोकवासनया जंतोः देहवासनया चिप अपि च शास्त्रवासनया ज्ञानम यथावत् नैव जायते. Even when you have Shastra Vasana, you can never convert the Jnana into Vijnana. इसलिए शास्त्रान्यधीत्य मेधावी उल्कावत्तान यथो सुचेत. After the Adhyanam of the Shastra should be thrown away, kept away, like the burning charcoal in the hand or the head. देखो विचारितमलं शास्त्रं चिरमुद्ग्राहितं मिदः सन्त्यक्तवासनान् मौनात् ऋते नास्ति वरं सुखम्. नायमात्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यः. Once you experience it again, निश्चयदार्ढ्याद् ऊर्ध्वं भवतु शास्त्ररक्षणम्. Shastra's memory and reference is always there to keep us on the track. ये allowed है. But getting lost only in the Shastra also is a bandhana. उसका भी हमको विकल्प चाहिए. Even Guru Seva to a great extent. And Guru is always there for our reference and guidance. That is never lost. And yet, even the Vikalpa, all of that also to be done. Guru himself does. An intelligent Guru kicks the disciple out of ashram and says, go and you do sadhana independent, because the Brahman you are seeking is independent of everything. It's not dependent. If you are dependent on something else, how can you recognize your own independent Brahma Tattva? Even the bhakti maybe. The Ramakrishna's example, Paramahansa Ji ka, he was so much intoxicated, habituated, addicted to Jagannatha. So great, not achievable by any one of us, even in thousands of lives. But that itself was an obstruction for him in recognizing the Brahma Tattva. That the Guru recognized. Totapuri Ji. He made him do the vikalpa of even that. You understood, no? दोस्ती किया संकल्प, बट विकल्प भी होना चाहिए. नथिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट इन लाइफ बियॉन्ड ए लिमिट. That way of living life is living at the pranamaya, crossing the annamaya pranamaya, living at the manomaya level, and living manomaya level and healthily. Two things are done. One, unloading of the mana of all those 95% of unwanted vrittis. Second, using the nature of the mana called as sankalpa vikalpa in a positive manner. In that again two meanings. Sankalpa of the good required things, vikalpa of the bad non-required things. And in that the second aspect, even the required thing also, the limitation of the requirement. Like we take the sankalpa of drinking water. Now after the sufficiently drunk, the thirst is gone, we do vikalpa and stop drinking. नहीं किया तो पीते पीते जाएंगे, मरेंगे फिर. So much thirsty that we have in sankalpa. But after that, we have to vikalpa also. Join the service means you have to retire one day. That readiness. Generally, in the emotional relations of the mana, we do the sankalpa and initiation. But when it comes to vikalpa, we fail there. Therefore, we suffer. We don't do vikalpa, the Lord makes it happen, and that also we don't accept. There also we suffer. An intelligent person, much before the Lord brings that vikalpa, he only does the vikalpa, detachment. And it is a healthy heart in heart. That nobody we are attached emotionally for a long period of time or in a unrequired timing, especially once we start entering into spirituality, to recognize the self, how we have to transcend our own dehadatme, our own jiva bhava. How can we hold on to other jivas and other dehas, whatever they may be? They were slowly the vikalpa. That is why that na bandhur, na mitra, na pita, na mata, chidananda rupa, shivoham, shivoham. Is it not? Na gurur, na iva mitro, na bandhu. That is to be done emotionally. Else thoughts will be only of that relativity. then it becomes a bondage, you can't meditate. No, these are all little subtler things. अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस इज रियल अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ आध्यात्मिक साधना. बाकी सब सुपरफिशियल बच्चे लोगों की तरह कोई भी समझ सकते. टू थिंग्स. द थर्ड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. व्हाट इज दैट? व्हाट इज मनोमय कोश इज सेड एज वेदमय. And in that Vedamayata Manomaya, the five limbs are told. Sticking to all those five is called as the right utilization of the Manomaya Kosha. Later on, that alone gives the ability, push and chance to go to the next level of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vedatmakata is the mana. In that Yajurveda is Shiraha. देखो दिमाग में हमेशा यजुर्वेद होना चाहिए. And you know that Rigveda and Samaveda are Rutam Dakshina Vaksha, Samottara Vaksha. In Manomaya Kosha should always be either in Yajur Mantra Ucharana or Rug Mantra Ucharana or Sama Mantra Ucharana. उसी पे रहता रहना है मना. That is why the yesterday, day before, such an exhaustive explanation we have given. If you remember, the mana has the three aspects. One is the habitual sankalpa vikalpa of the samsara. Second aspect of the mana is the memory of the past experiences. Third aspect of the mana is able to chant the Vedic mantras. In all these three things, the first one, the sankalpa vikalpata of the world, is a habitual error. It has nothing to do with our life, sadhana, anything that we already discussed last 15 minutes. Usko chodo. Second aspect of the mana is smruti. That smruti again is a problem in the mana which takes us to the anatma, takes us in time somewhere else, takes us to something, a kalpanika vishaya. Then how these two are avoided? Only by the third thing called as when mana is always in Veda Mantra Uchcharana. Why? Because Veda Mantra is neither vritti, smruti vritti, nor the kalpana, though it is a vritti. Why is it so? Because we have seen exhaustively in that beautiful explanation ki tasmat manovrutti upadhi parichinnam मनोवृत्ति निष्ठम आत्म चैतन्यम. यू अंडरस्टैंड? आत्म चैतन्य ही मन के वृत्तियों के द्वारा वेद मंत्रों के रूप में एक्सप्रेस हो रहा है. In that explanation, therefore, what is the role of the mana? Allowing the Atma Tattva to express as the Veda mantra. What are the Veda mantras? They are the eternal Paramatma only expressing through the vritti of the mana. What is Atma Chaitanya? Though it is beyond everything, but for the sake of communication of the Jnanam between the Guru and Shishya, in the form of the vritti in the mana, in the form of the Shabda through the mouth, the Paramatma expression. Paramatma expresses. You understood all the three? Atma Chaitanya, Manaha, Vritti and Mantra. The sambandha between these three we are doing. Mantra is again Kanthasthana, Mukhasthana, Akshara and Swara, Varna, then Raga, the Swara, all that, we have talked now, is sab milkar Shabda ho gaya. So to the Shabda is, other than the Para, a little level of Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikhari. Mainly the Vaikhari. So the Vaikariya Shabda, which is mantra, Veda mantra. And when that is expressed through the Vaikhari, before that, it is there in the form of vritti of the mana. And into the mana, the arrival of that mantra is nothing but Paramatma only. That's what, the rishis, when they are in the deep contemplation mode, they experience Paramatma. That experience of Paramatma only expressed through their manovrittis and the mouth as the Veda mantras, which are called Upanishads. So in this, all the three. One is what? the eternality of the Paramatma is always anyway there. So too, the eternality of the mantras. Why? Mantra are not the smruti of the mana, not the sankalpa vikalpa of the mana. Mantra are the expression through the mana only as vritti, but of what? Of Paramatma. That is a Veda जो है ना permanent है. Vedas are permanent as well as apaurisheya because of these two reasons. So be careful. Therefore, Nitya Nirantara Veda Mantra Ucharana. With the mouth, with the mind backing it too. Mind has to be there. Is the only and very effective way. One, to reduce the smrutis. Two, to reduce the wrong habits of the mana of the sankalpa vikalpa. Third, that is what is the mana is given for. The mana is fulfilled there. Fourth one, any time when we are chanting Veda mantra, you believe or not, better believe that we are directly in touch with the Paramatma. Because that mantra is Paramatma's expression only as a vritti at mind level, as a shabda at the outer level. That is why effectiveness. Like any of the person's name or object you see, immediately the bhoga vritti will come about it, as well as other relations, past experiences, all of that. Then the whole gathering happens. Try right now only. ये आपके घर का एक टेबल का याद करो, स्मृति कहते हैं उसको. Immediately all the things regarding that table we remember. If we don't remember means it's not a Brahma Jnana, such a Tamo Guni we are. That even there we are so lazy. But otherwise, ये टेबल शादी में मेरे को दिए थे, एक आधा पाँव टूट गया, फिर से हमने बनवाई, एंड उसी टेबल पे इतने संत वगैरह आकर हमको भी खाना खिलाया. Whatever it may be, how many vrittis have come? Any object. Take any other person's memory. Even if you are age of 75 now, you when you were in 7 years age, 68 years back, you were in some school, government school, and you had a friend there. You think about that, immediately the memory, even if you are बुढ़ा उतना है फिर भी वो याद आता है कि मैं और वो दोनों मिलकर खेलते थे, घूमते थे और दुकान में चोरी करते थे. Whatever is there. See that memory, see that thought of that person. Has it not taken to such a long past and spoiling the present? And feelings, यार वो दोस्त पता नहीं किधर है, क्या वो क्या दिन थे बढ़िया, which is only meaningless. वेदांत है सब में किसी को मीनिंग नहीं देता है वेदांत. Now chant Om Brahmavida apnoti varam tadeshabhyukta or Om Dachayyoravruണിമഹേ Gadoyajnaya or Om Gananandva Ganapadigam Havamahe. When you chant this mantra, is there any memory? Is there any sankalpa vikalpa? You are directly in ekagra bhumika. You are in tune with Lord. At the most, a jignasa will come about what is the meaning of that mantra. That will take you to VIGNANAMAYA KOSHA, which will be our next topic. That is why all the time we have to be during the day nirantara in the Veda mantra ucharana. Man mein bhi, bahar mein. That is why in walking, in doing works, in those olden days of Rishi Parampara, they used to only chant the Veda mantras and they talk in terms of Veda mantra. वो गांव कितना दूर है यहाँ से पूछे तो that गांव is वो गांव 22 कैवल्य they say. What do you mean 22 कैवल्य? Means a proper speed say when you chant Kaivalya Upanishads, those 24 mantras, 22 times you reach that place. You know that? ये 19 ईशावास्य बोलते हैं. What is 19 ईशावास्य? Ishavasya has got 18 mantra. By the time you chant them 19, you reach it. And it exactly so. आप बिना कोई इधर उधर देखे मतलब be aware of the road. Obviously, chant Ishavasya Vidagam Sarva and all 19 times you have reached destination. They used to be, you know that. Or they say, Bhadran karne bhi 50 बार. By the time Bhadran पहुंच चुके. They used to always be protecting their mind, both by putting it in touch with the truth and not allowing its naturality to become liability by keeping the Veda mantras always in mana. The stamina was there of memorizing them and they used to. अब वेद मंत्र नहीं है तो पौराणिक स्तोत्र भजन कीर्तन कम से कम नामावली कीर्तना देवा दैट्स व्हाट वी आर स्टडीइंग इन द इवनिंग in our Bhagavad Mahapuranam, Shukadeviji's final teachings are thus that only because that was the first teaching and that is the only solution for Kali Yuga people. Same is the solution for Satya Yuga also, but Satya Yuga, Veda mantras were there. Kali Yuga, Bhagavan ka naam. The difference in them is because of our ability and debility. Otherwise, the effectiveness and purpose of both of them is same. By transcending the mind to reach the God. This total understanding is called Manomaya Kosha. Clear? Always the Rug Yaju Sama mantras. And equally important then is what? The other two things. What is what? Adesha Atma. All the time in the Brahmana portion of the Veda, what Adesha is given for doing and also for not doing, and to end the doing at what point. उसका आदेश हमको मन में याद रखकर उसके अनुसार जीना is the way of living at the healthy manomaya kosha level. Without mana you cannot live. But remember, focus only on these things. Where is pranamaya? We already transcended. जितना मन को वैल्यू देकर मन के स्थाई पर इस तरह जीते हैं उतना प्राण हमने ट्रांसेंड किया. The other way of living at the Manomaya, transcending Annaprana is what? Loving all, catering to everybody's service. It is good as a beginning sadhana to clear off all ego, selfishness, vasanas. But the same thing becomes a bondage if we don't jump out of it through Vikalpa and enter into only remembering God and Shastra. A guru who says, love all the people all the time, and stops there without telling that now shift your attention of love to God, he is not a complete guru. He doesn't know. How can I love any jiva by which I am sustaining my jiva bhava, I am sustaining his jiva bhava, and I am sustaining his meaningless relation, which is a samsara. इसलिए स्मरण करना है तो भगवान का ही करना है because he knows the truth. All are untrue. The other untrue things by स्मरणा are made to appear as true. देखो प्रेम करना है तो भी भगवान से ही करना है फाइनली. Nobody you can love all the time. Then you'll be caught up. You'll miss the truth, self, reality, realization. A wise guru says that. सबसे प्यार को लेकर भगवान से ज्यादा. धीरे धीरे भगवान के प्यार में इतने मग्न हो जाओ that nobody in your vicinity. But you know what you know? No emotion, no sentiment. But mother, father, what? They're all jivas. They're all gone. They are again born as children to some other parents, in whichever they only we don't know, and they themselves again became parents to other children. If you go now and tell them, shut up, तुम्हारे बाद 10 बच्चे मेरे को हुए, 10 जन्म में 100 बच्चे हुए हैं, you don't even remember you, they will tell you. It is so true. How much you love a person in our practical life also, and you want to stay with that person, and that person will come to me and एक महीने के बाद बोर लगने लगा. Because it's a fact. You know, with all the love you tell, Swamiji, आप आइए घर, and really I come and I love you and do all pujas for you, and excellent, I'll help in you for cooking also, सब करता हूँ. तो 2 महीने ज़्यादा से इतना मजा आता है. उसके बाद एक स्वामी क्यों जिंदा है या क्यों नहीं जा रहा? It has to come. If it doesn't come, then something wrong there. Even to me also, what is the boring here? Because no two things can permanently be related. Permanent relation is only with the permanent truth. Neither it is required nor is it possible, yet even if you try to make it possible, it is a burden only. That is why the wife and husband, after some time, they get so bored of them that they get mechanically living together out of prestige issue. That is why the two options to them. One, together tune to the next generation or children, or independently start tuning to the Lord. And whatever required amount level you have to relate. That's called Vanaprastha Ashram. It is not wrong at all if the wife and husband get fed up, because that is how. There is a limitation for prarabdha and all, no? हो ही नहीं सकता. But the rules, regulation, norms have to be continued. What is that? Till the death, wife and husband is wife and husband, that's all. But attend to the children, next generation. For that you are together. So together you can be as good friends to study the Shastras. Wonderful. Shiva Parvati is the best example. हमेशा शास्त्र पढ़ते रहते. He teaches and she teaches. You heard, when Shiva teaches, he takes 1 month. When Parvati teaches, she takes 2 months to teach the Ramayana. वो भी पढ़ाती है राम जी को. Sanakadi Muni, always they are in satsang. The Agastya, Lopamudra, Atri, Anasuyo, वो हमेशा सत्संग में रहते हैं. See that Chudala and all that in that Tripura Rahasya and all. Gargi, the Maitreyi with Yajnavalkya Rishi. This topic being important, I am giving more examples for that. The topic of wife and husband. Anyway, so point is what here? Total essence क्या हो गया फिर मनमय कोश में? The third aspect, fourth one we were saying कि the आदेश आत्मा. आदेश क्या हुआ? In the Vedas, for all the Varna Ashrama, what is to be lived like when it is taught, that alone should be in the mind, and that alone we have to do. That avoids all the nonsense. Before that, we are talking about the mana, sankalpa, vikalpa. For that only all these examples we give. So, the adesha palana of the shastra is the most important thing done to keep the mind in its own healthy level. If the adesha is not palana done, sin of omission. Anything other than that independently done, sin of commission. फिर उसका देना पड़ता है. तो always mana having the Veda mantra ucharana ityadi. Throughout, no other thing is important. Every relation has its own limitation. One day or the other we have to get apart. Then instead of Lord taking away from us, when we only become wise enough and shift our attention to the permanent, then our understanding and journey is smooth. That topic we are talking. Then the Adesha Atma is discussed now. I am again telling what is mana, what is Veda mantras, what is Paramatma. That relation we have discussed. Then at the Manamaya level, for the mana to be healthily lived and used, and then not allowing Anna Prana to overpower, and also make it convenient to lift ourselves to the next Vijnanamaya Kosha, we have to live at the mana level in this way. First thing is, mana is the medium for the Paramatma to express as Veda mantras. Therefore, let the mana be always in the Veda mantra ucharana, so that the smriti is not created nor overpowering. Or, like Veda mantra smarana is not smriti. Every time when you chant, every time is Paramatma only expressed. So the smriti is avoided, and the misuse of mana's capacity of sankalpa vikalpa is avoided, and the mana is not allowed to go to the prana and annamaya level. Means we don't allow ourselves to fall to the level of identity with anna and prana, from where we have already transcended. Again we go back otherwise. This is how an intelligent man uses his manomaya kosha. That's the meaning of Yajureva Shiraha Ruk Dakshina Pakshaha Samottara Pakshaha. Then the fourth one is so important, Adesha Atma. Why are you reading Rugyeju Samaveda? Only one purpose, to make our life better. And just by reading Rugyeju Sama, life better banta hai kya? Nahi. Then what? Whatever the adeshas that are given in that, when you do the palana, then only the life is better. From that standpoint, the adesha rupi, atma rupi, this central portion of this manoya pakshi, we attend to, is the life and support for the rug, yaju and sama rupi, head, right hand and leg hand, left hand. In the sense, without doing the palana of the brahmanas of the Veda mantra called as Adesha are mere rutting and chanting of mantras of Rug Yajus Sama at the mind or mouth level are only of that level. उतना ही फायदा होगा, ज़्यादा नहीं. Remember, in every of the kosha, जो आत्मा बताया जा रहा है, that is the main thing for other four. Like for me, the Annamaya kosha, the head, right hand, left hand, and the legs, or the pucham. No, is not the central portion important to keep all of them intact? याद रखना इस बात को, भूलना मत कोशों को स्टडी करने के टाइम. इन द सेम वे आकाश वहाँ आत्मा कहा, आकाश वी अंडरस्टूड टू बी समान वायु. इट इज समान वायु बिकॉज ऑफ विच प्राण अपान व्यान आर कंट्रोल्ड आर मैनेज्ड. सी तत्स प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिण पक्षः अपान उत्तर पक्षः आकाश आत्मा. आकाश इज इक्वल टू samana we have exhaustively seen 2-3 days. So इस समाना वायु के कारण, समाना वायु के लिए, समाना वायु के हिसाब से द प्राण अपान व्यान काम करना है. If that is achieved, pranamaya kosha is fully mastered and properly lived at. So too when we come to manomaya kosha, though the yaju is the shiraha, rukku, dakshinaha, sama, uttara paksha, but all of them are meaningful, valid only when the adesha, the in between things called as the Brahmana portion of Vedas, in which do's and don'ts are told when exactly they are followed. That is why we all know the Veda mantra, but we don't follow the Veda mantra, therefore that doesn't change us. Therefore, ये आदेश के लिए रुक यजु साम है, फैंसी के लिए नहीं. Spirituality is not an action, not an entertainment, no, not a pradarshana. It's not a performance. Adesha is the Atma for the Manomaya Kosha, which is Vedamaya. Therefore, Ved का आदेश का पालन करने के लिए ही मना है. आदेश ही ये वेद मंत्र के रूप में एक्सप्रेस हुए हैं, called as Rugyaju Sama. See how important are these topics. And we are not given anywhere the explanation of it. Only Bhagavan Adi Shankara can give us all this guidance. Then the most important than this is what? Atharvangirasa Pucham Pratishta. Is it not? The mantras revealed to Atharva and Angirasa Rishi are the Pucham. And what is the purpose of a Pucham for a Pakshi? Pratishta. Pratishta is establishment and balance. Tail is an establishment for the other parts of the body, and it is the one which gives balance. Like a Pakshi ud rahi hai, head takes it to the direction where it has. Wings give the swing and strength, and the internal middle portion is the one which is going. But it is not the tail which is balancing. So Pucha hai सबसे important अपने जगह पे प्रतिष्ठा. Like in Pranamaya Kosha, Prithvi Pucham Pratishta Vaisa. For Annamaya Kosha, the Ayam Pratishta. Because the Janana Kriya se hi the Annamaya Kosha का पहले जन्म होता है. Because of it, its sanctity, therefore it is called as Prithvi Pucham Pratishta. Ayam Pucham Pratishta. For Pranamaya Kosha, Prithvi Pucham Pratishta. Isn't it? Pucham is important because it gives Pratishta, the balance and establishment. पकड़ के रखता है, गिरने नहीं देता. गिरने नहीं देता मतलब अपने स्थान से भ्रष्ट नहीं होने देता. So too, for the Manomaya Kosha, which is Vedamaya, the very important aspect of Pucha is what? Atharivangirasa Pucham. What are the mantras that are revealed to Atharvangirasa? They are the Pucham, balance. And what is revealed to Atharvangirasa rishis? Some mantras. What their mantras are of? Doing some karma kanda. And what is the benefit of that karma kanda? Benefit is Shantika Paustika. The givers of peace to the mind and givers of the pushti to the mind. Now, is it not because of the Shanti and pushti in the mind obtained through the Pucham that we are able to do the Adesha Atma and Ruk Yaju Sharaha, Ruk Dakshina Paksha and Satyam Uttara Paksha? है कि नहीं? मन शांति नहीं है, मन में एनर्जी नहीं है, तो will you study the Vedas? Will we do the Adesha what is said in Vedas? See the clarity of this thing. Therefore, the Shanti Pushti giving to the mind, not the Annamaya Pranamaya. Annamaya Pranamaya हो गया, अब हम मनोमय डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. There are the Shanti Pushti giving mantras to the mind revealed to Atharva Angirasa Rishi. And most of the Atharva Angirasa Rishi revealed mantras are the ones which we chant as the Shanti mantras in the beginning and also at the end. That is why they are Shanti mantras and Pushti mantras. And that's why every day we chant Shanno Mitra and all. इसलिए थोड़ा मन शांत होकर उसमें पुष्टि आकर we are able to study the Upanishad with भाष्य. अदरवाइज इतना कैपेसिटी कहाँ होगा हमको पढ़ने का मन से. So too, the same Shanti Pushti helps us in following the Adesha, which is in the Brahmana portion, which is the Atma. So the Shanti Pushti gives the balance, Adesha gives the purpose, and the other three execute the purpose. That is how the Manomaya Kosha is Vedamaya. Who told us this Vidya about the Mana? Nowhere. And the Mana's capacity of Sankalpa Vikalpa, how lavishly, negatively we go on using and get destroyed in ourselves. And this Mana is such a funny thing. You cannot leave it. You cannot give it to others to repair. Only we have to suffer with it. It's all negativity ke saath. Yeah, we have to beautify. That's why Uddareda Atmanatmanam. Today we are studying. Yesterday also I spoke. I told 3-4 days I'll talk on these two slokas. Uddareda Atmanatmanam. It's like anything. If you want to be in that house, you have to clean that house. Otherwise you suffer the uncleanliness. If you want to be happy with it as a person, you have to clean the relation. Otherwise, you suffer that uncleanliness of relation. So too, you want to be happy with your mind, then purify the mind. If the impure mind of Rag, Desha, Kama, you are suffering. You are not even recognizing that you are suffering with it. Like a diabetic patient, never know that he is eating rice, so much sugar that the sugar level is increasing. He is not going for test, not wanting to know, but spoiling his life day by day by consuming sugar. In the same way, we are not even aware that we are suffering the mana sankalpa of the raga, dvesha, kama, krodha. Instead of understanding that they are the cause of dukkha, we are in trying to fulfill them, we are becoming doubly dukkha, triple dukkha, continuous dukkha. These are all the important things they have to click in our heart. That's what I said in the introduction. In a prolonged way, continuously, relentlessly, we study Shastra with our faith in Guru and God. These most important things start clicking to us. And entire marma or rahasya of sadhana is in them only. Now, is it such a great thing, is it not? In my mind, all the ragadesha kamakrodha cause of my misery, my taking me away from the God. So I'll not have it for anyone now. If it I'll have only for the God. If this decision comes from within the heart, is not the samsari in me gets transformed into sadhaka? How beautiful that life is. How great that life is that from within, because of my own wisdom, that I am no more now any samsari outside. I am always focusing on the truth reality. Can there be a greater celebration than that life? And now, suffering so much with the kama krodha and not living them. What an addiction. What a slavery. Now we understand what is the meaning of addiction and slavery, which we use again and again. Not able to fulfill them because you can never fulfill them, they're endless. not able to leave them because we don't have Shastra Kripa, Guru Kripa sufficiently for the wisdom to come in the heart itself, that by our own choice we give up all this nonsense. All this is called as Manomaya Kosha. It's not just like Tasya Shraddha, that Tasya Ijreva Shiraharu, Dakshna Vaksha, Samottara Vaksha, Adesha Atma Mahapucham Pratishtha, or sorry, Adarvangirasa Pucham Pratishtha. ऐसा नहीं है, उसका ये अर्थ है. So this is how the Manomaya Kosha we try to understand with all. In the same way, we'll study exhaustively the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Today we have done as if a capsule summary of Anna and Prana, Mana, how they have to be minded, how they have to be understood, how they have to be utilized, and how we have to go to the higher Kosha to transcend from the lower. Maximum time of the day. Maximum try to live life at the Manomaya level. Whenever the need, demand is there to come to Pranamaya, come. Again go back to Mana. And whenever you need to live at the body level, Annamaya, do it and go back again to Prana and Mana. You have to give rest at that level. Or you have to give bath to Sharira. Okay. कुछ खाना देना है, medicine देना. That was Annamaya. उसको छोड़ना. Your level should be of the Pranamaya of what service you have to do, what feeding you have to do others. Thereafter, you have to transcend that also. Come to the Man level. Which Veda mantra I have to chant, which is the Adesh of the Veda I have to follow now. In that way, at the mind level. मन के लेवल पे जीना सीखना. But the mana also, whatever the information it is getting from the Vedas. Okay, Paramatma only in the form of Veda, expressing in the mana we said. But who reveals the meaning of these mantras of the Vedas revealed at the mana level? Who unveils the meaning of them? Who gives authority to those mantras? Who gives substantiation to that things in the mana is called a Vijnanamaya Kosha. That Vijnanamaya Kosha is so beautiful, we'll study it tomorrow. And in that Vijnanamaya Kosha only, you and I as the Karta, Bhokta, Samsari and Sadhaka and Siddha, all of them are there. And he also has got 5 limbs. Like the Manomaya, those 5 limbs also are so beautifully, intellectually, internally connected. Living life like that with all those 5 things is called as not only living life as Vijnanamaya Kosha, but also rising of Anno Pranamaya. Not only that, becoming qualified to go to the next called as Anandamaya. In the same way, Anandamaya also has got 5 limbs. Living life with the limbs in tune with them is the thing by which all the other 4 are transcended. We are very near to the Brahma. This is how the Panchakosha Avagahana Viveka slowly helps us to lift from gross. And all that again, 100 times we have to contemplate for the clarity, conviction. Equal number of time we have to sit on the seat of meditation to really go beyond Annamaya, live some years at the Prana level, go beyond Prana, live some time in the Mana, transcend it and live at the intellectual level. इस तरह से हमको actually कर उस अनुभव को पाना है. All that is called Vedanta and spirituality and experience of masters, it is not just a story. एक बहुत सारी कहानियां ही होते हैं, कोई हकीकत नहीं होता हो. It is not myth or mythology, Upanishad. It is an experience. We experience our detachment from Annamaya. We achieve our Manamaya, Pranamaya. We experience our detachment from the Mana, Vijnana. सब होते हैं, करना पड़ता है. It's just like in Yoga Darshana, Vritti Nirodha and Asampragnata and Atmanubhuti can be gained. Same way, Panchakoshatitata can be experienced. That is called as the achievement, and that is possible. For that only we are taught. Our study of Upanishad is not academic, not for a pseudo ego or satisfaction. कि हमने सब पढ़ा. No. Our study is relentlessly only one purpose of clear conviction of exactly the given knowledge to do sadhana and reach the ultimate goal of the Brahma Vidapnoti Para. There's no doubt about it. We will see the beauty of this Manomaya Kosha's quotation in the Rigveda mantra. That only is a few minutes. Then the Vijnanamaya said to be the Anyaha, Antaha and Atma, Antara and Atma, and Purnayataya Parivyaptaha to this Manomaya is the next Vijnanamaya. That will be explained. So let's spend some 2-3 more days to understand all the Panchakosha. Then it's a big achievement for our life. And then daily when we remember the Panchakosha and the Atma beyond Panchakosha and try to lift ourselves the lower to higher koshas, and याद रखना एक एक जन्म में थोड़ा ही बात समझ में आता है, थोड़ा ही साधना होकर हम थोड़ा ही आगे चलते हैं. I may teach you all 20 Upanishad 20 times, but my sadhana and your sadhana will be only that much, which is admissible or permissible. Understood now? Therefore, don't compare with others. Look within only, and whatever possible, do sadhana that much only, and grow that much. Be satisfied. Again, with the desire for more sadhana, we leave the body and enter and continue the next one. In that way. Even अन्नमय कोश को पार करने के लिए कितने 100 जन्म लगेंगे, we don't know. Depending on our prabala vasanas and refusal to accept, to go to the next kosha. So many things are. So these all we'll discuss as then when the topic comes. Let's be prepared in our mind tomorrow to enjoy the next very important kosha, Vijnanamaya. Do lot of contemplation on this Manomaya Kosha. Mana means Sankalpa Vikalpa. The Sankalpa of the Veda mantras happen in the Mano by the grace of Paramatma. And that is the only purpose of Mana. Even though the Mana can do so many other Sankalpa Vikalpas, that is the cause of bondage, samsara. I will not do that. And this Mana is a Vedamaya. And it is an Atma, it is an Adesha, it is a Pucham, it is a Atravanginasam. So that let me know and let me live life like that. So this is how again and again think. मजा आएगा, समझ में आने लगता है बात, मजा आ जाता. With all these saying stories, still we are not Manomaya Kosha. Also, it is also an instrument. Upadhi. Not knowing this, we got Tadakmita Manomaya and misused it, and all wrong emotions in the mind come and we suffer. काम आ गया, I suffer. क्रोध आ गया, I suffer. Unnecessary love attachment आ गया, again I suffer. I identify the mind. And all of these vrittis are in the mana, which are klishta vritti, which are not required. Veda mantras are the aklishta vrittis. Bhagavan Nama, Japa, Kirtana are the aklishta vrittis. All the positive values are aklishta vrittis. But none of these aklishta vrittis is our goal. Our goal is vritti nirodha and kaivalya prapti. So to none of the panchakoshas, understanding is our goal. Our goal is not only to transcend them, but more importantly to establish in Aham Brahmasmi. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramanachibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu Vedavyasa Vaishampayane Agnavalka Adi Shankara Sadguru Tirunaravindarvanamastu. Assemble in 3 minutes.